Hi guys, so this is Moise here to tell you a little bit about Gi2G and where we're going, what we're doing, and how we're going to get there. So first of all, this is our landing page. First thing you see when you go to gi2g.app, and if you're seeing this video, chances are you clicked how. So this takes you to our getting started link here, and just to help explain how things move forward. Now, you can log in, create an account, but right now my priority is getting you guys to know how to contact us. So, next to our About page, you'll see a contact window. This is the easiest way to get a hold of us if you have any major issues or concerns, especially with something complicated. You can message us through here. We'll get back to you probably within 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours, because we still have a small team. So, we don't have 24-hour coverage just yet, and nights, weekends, people have lives. So, but in moving forward, if you have something like a short message, short comment, small issue, this small window here may be your best bet. We're generally awake. Somebody's usually up to be able to handle any requests, but this is never a guarantee since we're still a very small team at the moment. Clicking here, you'll get a small window. You can type in whatever message you want. I've said hello to myself several times of making this video, and yeah, we'll probably get back to you within an hour. Those messages go directly to our cell phones, so generally if it comes up, we'll get there. So scrolling down, we start to explain a bit about what we're doing. We're offering $1,200 a month to help start small businesses, help families in need, whatever the situation may be. We're just trying to make sure that people have what they need to get by, survive, and thrive in these tough times. So that's pretty much the end-all be-all, our motivation for making this site as we have it. So moving forward, this is Deborah. She's our CEO and the visionary behind this platform. And this is me, CTO, and my job is to make sure that that vision comes about as smoothly as possible for everybody involved, particularly you who are listening to this right now. So moving forward from there, we've created a space where you can talk about your needs and have them met. And to do that seamlessly, we've created this RSVP situation here, where you input your basic contact information, address, age, that sort of thing, but also you fill out this wellness survey, and this helps us determine what sorts of needs you may have, whether they be psychological, emotional, physiological, material. Just answering the survey helps us get a better idea of what the people in our care would need and what people using our services are able to help give others. And entering your information here just makes it easier for us to set up your campaigns. And for instance, let's say you're a restaurateur and you're trying to start a new restaurant. We know then that we want to be advertising the Gi2G network to people that own restaurants. So, or furthermore, if you're, let's say, trying to start a computer repair business and you RSVP on the site, you then let us know that we should be advertising to people also in tech spaces interested in right to repair, things like that. So RSVPing for the site, if you need food, for instance, tells us to start advertising towards people that cater more. So RSVPing makes it more likely that your campaigns are going to be met with that much more of an improving audience, because we will be seeking those people out for you. So moving forward, we also added a donation box for us in case people wanted to donate to Gi2G directly but didn't want to give and not know that they were giving to us. So this makes sure that anything you give through this window goes to us directly, and this also allows us to know that any money given to campaign goes to the campaign directly and nowhere else. So this isn't saying 90%, 80% goes to your charitable cause. No, we're able to say 100% of the money put into us to given campaigns goes to that campaign. But in order to make sure these services stay available, we've had to set up ways to hold people accountable, and so we'll get into that in a moment. So first, I want to show you a model campaign. This is one I created for myself. Luis wants to make better content. So here I was appealing for a camera. The camera was going to cost $1,100, and with an extra $100 added on as taxes, so reaching our $1,200 limit. The idea of choosing the camera as our first campaign is just, it's at the price limit, but it shows something that you can use to start a business, and it also gave us an idea of what to expect tax-wise, shipping-wise, and that's why we've set things up the way we have. So this is a video that I've added on to this campaign. You'll soon see why in a moment. This is a testimonial proving that the campaign was successful. So as you can see here, this is the new camera, and just a way to say I got here. Ideally, these would be longer, you know, talking, sharing people whatever the item is, but we're just trying to give you guys a quick example here, so we didn't necessitate going into those things most of the time. So to start a campaign, you go to campaign connections, and from there you scroll down a little bit and see these list of services. Now, to start a campaign, you are the owner of that campaign. You're responsible for the contents of the campaign. You know, nothing gross, nothing cruel, nothing evil. But if you're trying to start, you know, business, if you need equipment for something, if you want to get, you know, whatever it is that needs to happen, whether it be goods or services, you start here. So to start a campaign, let's say you have 2 campaigns you want to start for a month. As long as the combined total is below $1,200, you should be good. So that would be, for instance, a $500 campaign and a $600 campaign. The grand total is still below $1,100, and factoring taxes and all of that, you're still under $1,200. So from there, we can go to actually seeing what a campaign starts like. So name, email, item, services requested. Why do you need the item or service? Just getting a general idea of how we want to rank it, how we want to place it in comparison to other campaigns, whether it's an emergency situation or not. These things are relevant. So next, a video link. So we make this mandatory just to show you, or you know, your appeal for the crowd to help you with getting this item, or more of the research that you've done towards purchasing this item. So if, you know, an unboxing video, for instance, research videos, something like that. So next is the item link. This tells us what item it is that you're buying, specifically from where. So this can be an Amazon link, Walmart link, any online vendor, you know, realtors, rental payment, medical billing, anything like that. This would be where you post the link to where the payment or purchase is supposed to be made. Delivery address, not mandatory. That's helpful. If this isn't given, we just default back to whatever was given in the wellness survey. But if nothing's given, then we'll have to email you and figure that out. Next is campaign title. So this is pretty straightforward, just what you want to call the campaign. And next is a place to put your work or your portfolio. So this is, maybe your own website, maybe it's a link to something you've done elsewhere, maybe it's a previous project you've done, just a way to show who you are, what you do professionally. And then you have the option of making this a public or private campaign. So this is where passwords come into use. So public campaigns are open to anyone to view, support, share, whatever. Private campaigns, on the other hand, we do not display them, but because they're links on the internet, people could still in theory get access to them. So we use this password here to ensure that everything is under control. Only the people that you want with access to the campaign are actually accessing the campaign. It helps you maintain a level of privacy. It makes it easier for us to track who's using what, where, because if you have the passcode and you're going through multiple campaigns that are private, it's sketchy. It's just behavior tracking that shows whether or not things have been compromised or not. So moving forward, let's close this and get back to Campaign Central. No, Campaign Connections, sorry. So Campaign Connections, here we have 3 more services: extending campaigns, boosting campaigns, and blasting campaigns. So the extension, boost, and the blast, these are services that anyone can give to any campaign. So let's say you have a friend who has a campaign that's going, it's about to run out, but it's only halfway done. Extending the campaign gives you 2 more days. And anyone can do this for any campaign. Here, let me click and show you. So here you add to cart, you click the campaign link, you enter the link to the campaign that you want to extend, add it to cart, place your order, and that campaign is extended by another 24 or 48 hours. So let's go back now. So similarly with boosting campaigns and blasting campaigns, you just enter the link to the campaign you want to boost or blast, and those services are rendered. But there's a difference between each of these, being that boosting a campaign increases the likelihood that it'll be visible as a public campaign. So this may be why somebody may want to change a campaign, but we'll get back to that in a minute. So with a boost, you can make sure that your campaign is one of those campaigns visible for the next 24 hours on the list of campaigns. So not necessarily within the same day, but by the next day that campaign will be on the hot list of campaigns. Now from there we have a blast situation. So a blast is a situation where the campaign is nearly completed, and it only needs like $1 or $2 from everybody to get it through. So a blast involves us contacting everybody that supported the campaign so far, telling them how much is left, what they can do, how much they, everybody needs to pitch together. It's generally a few dollars for everybody, and then the campaign is completed and you're done. So now in the event that you want to change a campaign, we made this a little bit tricky just because we don't want people to be abusing this service and we want people to be held accountable. So let's say you start your campaign off saying that you want to get computers for school, right? And now you realize that you need a big screen for whatever reason. So instead, because we're buying whatever the item is we need to know that the item that needs to be bought has to be changed, and then we need to tell everybody that's already given money or pledged money to you that things have changed, this is the situation, still in or out, that sort of question. And it's always a hassle, it always takes some time, and just takes more, more brain power, more human power, more manpower than just starting a campaign off, just because of the fact you have to start, recontacting everybody, changing the site, all that good stuff. So that's why that's a little bit of a surcharge there. But beyond that, we have testimonials. So testimonials are after campaign's completed. You can then tell us about, send us a link, campaign that you're testifying about. We don't mandate that this has to be the person that started the campaign making the testimonial. We'll definitely check with the owner of the campaign to see if you're approved to testify on their behalf. But it just helps, any bit helps, because testifying on behalf of the campaign increases the likelihood that the next campaign will be supported that much faster and will be likely to be approved for a higher limit. So, by your second or third campaign, you need to have a $2,400 limit. By your fifth, tens of thousands. But that all depends on how all this works and the use of the various features and the openness of the feature making these requests. So we hope to upgrade those limits as much as possible, but people just have to use the site appropriately just to do that. Now, beyond this, let's see, let's go back. So last but not least, let's go a bit into change. So changing your campaign is pretty straightforward. Anything you want to change, and we ask for your password here as well, just to be sure it's you. Even though, admittedly, if it's a private campaign, somebody else that knows you has the password, but we'd be contacting you again to double check that you're the one changing your campaigns. So these are, the bases of how our site is working. Any new campaigns come to Campaign Central. Obviously they wouldn't say completed, but this is, just our first model campaign. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. Hope to get back to you soon with more campaigns and more news and more features. So this has been Moise signing off. See you guys later. Peace.